Hey, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Dan. We play in Real Friends.
And you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY. I'd like to welcome you to an interview with Real Friends. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Awesome.
Great. It's a great day.
I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time to have a chat. We're really glad we could finally make this happen.
Yes.
These are definitely one of our bucket list bands, so
Really?
it's feeling pretty good.
Really?
Really.
Oh, wow. Well, we feel really special now. Yeah.
Well, I can tell just from your social medias how stoked you are to be on this tour with Mayday Parade. How have the shows treating you so far?
It's great. It's awesome so far. Every show's been sick and yeah.
Yeah, it's really one of those tours where it's like first, second, more so even the first show in. It's like I knew I'm like this is going to be like one of our best tours because it's just their fan like we're having our fans come out and I feel like that of course is great, but I think their fans are just so accepting. Like
Yeah.
their fans, like we come out, like I know there's kids out there that when we walk out they're screaming and stuff, and then you watch them and they're not really singing any words, but that's cool because it's like those are the kids that are just really accepting us. And like we've had kids come up to us and say, oh, I've never heard of you guys before until tonight, but I loved it.
Yeah, so the kids who next time around,
exactly,
you'll see them singing the
Yeah,
words.
yeah, definitely.
Well, it feels like you guys have been non-stop touring the past few months. It's been pretty crazy for you. When you think back, do any highlights stick out?
We
I don't
drove
know.
through the Alps.
Oh yeah, and
earlier this year when we were touring with All Time Low and Neck Deep in Europe, and that was cool.
we took a wrong turn though.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's kind of a life lesson there. It's like sometimes you go down roads that you don't want to, but
Yeah.
it's because like when we were doing it, it ended up being a 3-hour detour. It was a big mess up. Our driver out there messed up, and like which we love him and everything's great, but like I remember we were like all kind of pissed off, and then we were all like, you know what, we're gonna appreciate this later. Like we get to see the Swiss Alps,
Yeah, and then we got to the room that he booked, and then it was like all worth it because then it was just the view of all the mountains and everything was pretty great. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
breathtaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Kodak moment.
Well, this is actually the last leg that you're doing for the tour of your debut record. So I know that you're actually conceptualizing some new material at the moment. How's that coming along? Where are you at with it?
It's good. It's trying to figure out time on tour is a little more trying, but just because we need to find like a middle ground, at least for me, because I need to have time to like wake up and chill in the morning, and then like afternoon try to work on stuff, and then have time before the show so I'm not like blowing my voice out working on stuff. But I mean, everything compared to the last album, worlds better, stress-free. Like we know what we're doing this time around. We're actually like, I have a MacBook and like I'm demoing stuff like vocals on a MacBook instead of taking my phone out, pulling up a voice memo.
Yeah, we used to actually do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that's how we would.
Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah, we would do like voice memo of the song, like song playing off a stereo, and like we'd be like, yeah, that's like
Yeah.
the vocal part. What do you think? And he'd send it to me,
Yeah.
like in a text, and
For
I'd
like
be like,
approval.
yeah, that sounds good. I have to
Distort
look past the
it?
quality.
Yeah, I mean, because the phone would be in that corner, the speaker would be in this corner,
Yeah.
and then I'd be in that corner,
Yeah.
and then I would just be like, oh, I hope it's audible.
And this is not that long ago, honestly. So,
Yeah, this was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, up until these new songs, this new album we've been working on, that's how
we
we've
did
been
it.
doing it. So
Yeah.
just recently we really started, like within the last like year and a half, I've been fucking with Logic and like learning that, so that now come time to write the album, like I don't have to like hit up my friends and be like, how do I do this?
Yeah, you
Or,
kind
like,
of know
I
what
have
you're
to-
doing.
Yeah, I had some time with it.
Nice. I saw this great photograph on your Twitter feed recently, which was just the Ric Flair's woo!
Oh yeah, that was on
Yeah?
Monday. Well,
Okay.
wrestling was on.
Yeah, of course.
Some
we're
of us
all-
were watching wrestling, and he kept saying it over and over, and I was just like, can't get it out of my head. Like, this is our current mood right now.
Do you guys get a lot of time to keep up with the pay-per-views and everything while on the road, or do you make time for it?
Usually on the road I fall behind. Me and Eric in the band and our merch guy are really big fans, and we try to watch it every Monday, but it's just so easy to get fallen behind, on it. But we try. So but it's hard. So yeah,
They have that app too.
The WWE Network,
where you can
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
watch it later.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah, awesome.
They'll all wait, and then we'd be in the van, and they'll be like, we're gonna watch the Raw in the
We'll
Monday
watch.
night.
Yeah, when we're in our van touring, we usually have a cell phone up in the front,
Yeah.
like streaming Monday Night Raw from like the previous night, because
Yeah.
there's like a site that like rips it. So like we'll watch it and we'll have it plugged into the stereo, and we're all staring at this little phone on a desk. We're all like for like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's all like
it's great.
intensely watching.
Those
it.
those are typically our Tuesday mornings on tour.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Do you have a favorite wrestler? I know it's a tricky one.
Ever?
Yes, ever.
Probably Bret Hart.
Okay, nice.
yeah. Definitely.
I like how you mentioned a Canadian there.
Oh yeah,
Very
we are in
good.
his hometown.
Yes.
Yeah, or well, home
Country.
country. Yeah, yeah.
Bret Hart theme song maybe we'll come out to tonight.
That would be good.
That would be
actually. A
amazing.
Bret Hart. Yeah, it's got a good guitar riff in the beginning, so
Okay,
that could be good.
like riffs.
And I know that you're pretty into gaming while
Yes.
on the road. So for you, favorite game to kind of just break out when you have some downtime?
Tell her lately. What's been going on lately?
There's a lot in there, folks.
Yeah. Do you see? It's listed. You better be no. What
I
about
have
the
Bloodborne and I just got a new game too.
There's a drawer called Viddy Games.
Viddy games? This is the one everyone's been participating
Yes,
in.
and got Grand Theft Auto 5. I had it on 360, but I betrayed Microsoft and PlayStation 4. I got it for, and then Bloodborne and PlayStation 4, and it's past the camera. You can't see
Yep.
it, but it's there.
It's there.
I wouldn't have these to just look at.
Awesome. That's great. I love you went to get them. So there's a tweet I came across and loved, which was, Bar Rescue Marathon is on TV. We might have to cancel our show tonight so we can keep watching it. I watched that show. I don't know what it is about it, but there is something so fascinating. What about it for you guys makes you want to keep watching it?
It's great, actually. Every time we get into a hotel room on tour, like seriously, every time I go, even if it's like 2 in the morning, I'm like, I hope Bar Rescue's on.
Yeah.
I hope Bar Rescue's on. Then the other night it was on, and it's funny because, like, we're doing this tour in a bandwagon, which is a smaller tour bus for anyone that doesn't know, but
An RV.
like an RV really, and it has a TV in it, and it was on the other night, and I was just like tired, and I was like, you know what? Like we have 2 hours until we play. I was laying on the couch watching it. Literally woke up like seriously like 2 minutes into our load-in time to be on stage. I was like, oh shit, and like I got up there, like I literally almost did miss the show because of Bar Rescue. So that tweet actually was somewhat real. Yes.
That's awesome. Well, the great thing I've noticed about the band is the ever-growing fan base you have. Seems like more and more, getting more likes, more people following, which is obviously awesome, especially on this tour. So is there anything, just to wrap everything up, you'd like to say to your fans who'll be viewing?
No, not really. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's awesome. Like, you know, I always tell people, like, you know, because we get a lot of like smaller bands and stuff that say like, how do you do this? Like, how do you do this? Like, what did you do? And I always tell them, like, honestly, like our band is a product of our fans. Like our band grew organically from kids talking about us, tweeting about us, sharing it on Tumblr, sharing on Facebook, all those things. Like that's the number one thing that got us where we are, you know, and we've been building since then. But even before a record label, before a manager, before an agent, before touring or anything, it was the fans, you know, always, you know, and all those things came to us because of the fans, you know. So it's a very, you know, and then that's what I love about our band when I think back to the kind of like seed of it all, is that it was grown from the fans, you know. Like we didn't go knocking on record labels' doors going, here's our CD, what do you think, or like, hey managers, we need a manager, agent. It was just like the reason why they came to us is because they heard of us through our fans talking about us, you know. So I think it's really cool, and like, yeah, so I guess like we always have to thank our fans so much, you know.
Nice. Well, I just want to say congrats on everything.
Thank you.
The fans, the music. We can't wait to hear what you guys have coming out next. And just thank you very much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, everyone viewing, you can visit us at amusicblog.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more with your favorite bands. We'll see you next time.
Bar
Bye.
Rescue.